I understand. Okay.
Th- Thank you, Automated Voice. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Face for Autism Streaming with Love Telethon. Please continue to donate. You've done so well all night long. Please continue to donate. Please hit those share buttons. Please go on Venmo, go to our website, go on our social channels. They've got the links to donate. My next guest this evening, he is a crisis interventionalist at Atlantic County Special Services. In addition, he works for Easter Seals. It's my pleasure to have Enrique Augusto as my next guest this evening.
Oh, thank you very much, Jacob. I'm so happy to be here. I'm honored to be here talking with you today. I apologize. I have my puppy Charlie with me.
That's okay. That's okay. Thank you for being here tonight, Enrique. My first question: I know you've been at school for Atlantic County Special Services for a long time. We'll get to that in a second, but give us a little bit of your background, like the beginning. Where'd you start?
Okay. I was privileged and honored to start working at Atlantic County Special Services in October of 2003. I believe that shortly after the building opened. I began as a personal aide in a lot of very diverse kinds of classrooms, primarily dealing with behavioral issues, with a very diverse population that I feel so lucky to have had the honor to know, because I feel like I've learned so much from our students, and they've all just done such a wonderful job of um, just really being just genuinely nice people and just teaching me so much about gratitude and appreciation and patience. And it's just very rewarding. And I'm very, very lucky and honored to be working at the school and to be on your show right now. So thank you.
Thank you. And that's that's the key, friends. You want to see blossom. You want to see the students at the school blossom. You want to see
Absolutely.
growth, and you
Absolutely.
ultimately, after they leave you after the age of 21, you want to see them see what they can carry on to into their next chapters of life.
Absolutely.
Um, I will talk about the pandemic and the challenges in schools in a second, but you mentioned to me Easter seals. Give
Right.
people a sense of what is that like? What do you do there? How can, if people, because we're also supporting people tonight, so if people need
Mhm.
help with Easter seals, how can they, get involved?
That is a very good question, Jacob, and I'm glad you asked it. I always tell the parents that I interact with to be aware of what you're entitled to, and that you are your children's greatest advocate. But your children can be advocates for themselves, like you are. You're a wonderful advocate for yourself, Jacob, and I think that's a beautiful thing. And I really want to encourage people to do more of that and to really nourish that. Too many of our students graduate and they don't have enough set up for what comes next, like you mentioned earlier. So I like to spread the word whenever I can that organizations like Easter Seals is not just in New Jersey, but it's throughout America, as far as I'm aware. And they offer in-home supports for families who have a loved one with special needs in their family over the age of 21. And what I do through Easter Seals is I work with two young men that are just great guys, and I can generally consider them friends. Um, and I work with them about twice a week, and we go out in the community. I help one of these young men do a newspaper route, and this young man has Down syndrome, and his brother has autism, and has obsessive compulsive disorder, but they're both doing amazing. They both are employed. One works at a farm, one has a newspaper route, and the one I pick up from work, we go on walks, we go to restaurants, we go to Sahara Sam's, we do fun things. We go to Pizza Hut. We have a good time, and I just try to encourage our families and our parents to communicate with your case managers and see what kind of services are out there. I know that there's Easter Seals. I think there are other organizations that help with the younger population. Jacob, are you familiar with any of the ones for the
Yeah,
younger?
yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, but at the moment they're not coming to my brain, but they
Right.
probably will in a second.
I understand. Like I knew that when I in my younger years, I used to work for the Division of Developmental Disabilities, DDD. But as I understand it, they phased out or they serve things in a different capacity now. But that was one of the agencies that would work with families with loved ones under the age of 21. And Easter Seals is 21 and up. So that's what I do with my work through Easter Seals.
And Enrique, these and friends watching this tonight, parents, don't be afraid to start advocating. And as I learned from someone Enrique works with, it's never too early to start advocating for yourself
Absolutely.
either, because you don't want to get stuck between a rock and a hard place once your child graduates and you go, oh no, what do I do? Where do I go? Who's here to help me? That's
These are wise words.
why that's why you have these support organizations, these people that will come in the homes, take care of your young adult slash your young adults slash your children if they are younger. That is why that is one of the reasons why I am here tonight. Not only preaching home the fact of a crisis interventionist at a school, but we're also looking to the next chapters of people's lives because this tonight's telethon does not serve just New Jersey where Faces is. We're going all across the world.
That's wonderful.
And yes, and you know, it just makes and Enrique, I'm sure going to work every day, especially doing Easter seals, it gives you a sense of gratitude at the end of the day that you feel like you did something good for
Absolutely.
you.
I'm so lucky to really enjoy what I do, and I do feel a great sense of gratitude every time I leave the building. To help someone hit a milestone that they weren't able to achieve before is such a great feeling. And being patient with them helps me to be patient with myself and just makes me just so grateful to be here and just to help where I can. So yeah, I would definitely say I feel grateful for the opportunity to do what I do.
Yeah, and and, you, and as we've said tonight, friends, never take a single opportunity you get for granted.
Absolutely.
So I know I mentioned what you do at school over the
Mhm.
in the beginning. Give people an idea of your day to day, like what would a day look like for the viewers watching that are curious what you do as a support.
Okay. That's a great question, Jacob. And when I started back at the school in 2003, I was a personal aide for about 10 years. And I've been on the crisis team for about the past 8 or 9 years now. And the work that I do on a day-to-day basis is I am a crisis specialist interventionist who is responsible for the whole building, with a very diverse population, and they call us to help de-escalate crisis situations. So when someone is a danger to themselves or someone else, I am one of the responders to help de-escalate the situation in a nonviolent way, in a way that always tries to keep our students and our staff safe, but always giving our students their dignity. And I'm also an instructor of nonviolent crisis intervention. So I'm one of the trainers who certifies the whole building in these safe methods that we use to de-escalate crisis situations.
Exactly, because it's a school. It's supposed to be a safe, learning, fun environment. You don't need a very tense situation in a school building day to day, especially when sometimes you don't even know what the day is going to look like till you step foot in the door.
Absolutely, absolutely, and no 2 days are the same. Um, but like I said, it's very rewarding, and I really enjoy what I do. And I feel myself, I consider myself to be very fortunate to be here.
Yes, and I remember when you were a personal aide, you still do a lot. Well, you did a lot of training with Shantanu.
That's right. Jacob's friend and my friend Shantanu is a former student of the school, and I'm lucky enough to do the Rocky Run with him. Even to this day, we did it a few months back, and there were a few thousand people. And Shantanu is visually impaired, and he is such a wonderful young man like Jacob. You know, they're buddies. They know each other. And Shantanu and I have been running races, wow, for maybe 6 or 7 years, maybe longer.
Wow, that's 6 or 7 years. It doesn't seem that long, Enrique. But I guess as
Right?
the years keep going and tack on, I guess that's what happens.
They fly by, I tell you. And it seems like just yesterday I started at the school.
Yeah, because you started in it for viewers watching this. When Atlantic County Special Services first opened,
That's
it
right.
was a building that had three or four different satellite buildings. And just before Enrique started in 2003, if I'm not mistaken, they all three, four, five satellite buildings merged into one big building. Now
That's
they're
right. Jacob knows his history.
now they're one big happy family. If you would like
One big happy family.
one more, if you would like more information on Atlantic County Special Services, please visit www.acssd. Make sure I add all my S's in there. .net.
That's right. That is the website. If you have any questions.
Yeah, Enrique, if you could give anybody advice on, if we mentioned if they need help, but if parents need advice, what advice would you give them?
What I would say to parents is to never feel like you're the only one who's experiencing challenging times. And I would encourage you to speak to other parents, because I find that to be such a great way for parents to learn the experiences of people going through similar circumstances. Plus, they can have an opportunity to learn things that work for them and things that didn't work for them, and they can get hooked up with agencies with some tips that these other parents can offer. So I encourage our families to talk to other families, and don't be afraid to be social and try things out. I think awareness is growing every day. I think that there's still a lot of awareness that we need to create. but always, if you have an opportunity to speak to another parent or another family, take that opportunity and take advantage of that, and just compare notes.
There you go. And one of the other reminders, or not reminders, one of the other things I would like to bring up tonight is, friends, the theme of tonight's telethon. We're all in this together. You are not alone. That is why last year, Faces, Isabel Mosca and myself, along with some of our gracious co-hosts this evening, that is why we all worked together last year and decided to start a telethon. Hey, can't do a you can't do a large fundraiser because of COVID, but yet, yes, you want to raise awareness and spread the word about autism. So please, if you can join in tonight, join the cause. After the telethon is complete, there will still be opportunities to donate. You can hit the buttons as I said online. You can contact one of us if you have questions. You can contact, there are many ways to get in touch with us, as I just mentioned. We've done well tonight. We've done well so far tonight. We've raised over $11,000 last year. In my mind, we can only go bigger and better this year.
I love that.
And
That's wonderful.
yeah, I mean, Enrique, before we go, if you if a parent is wondering about the school and sending them there, just give our viewers watching this reasons, why the school, why you could send your kid there if parents are worried about sending their kids to a school like special services, because I know there has to be parents out there that are nervous about, in not only having a pandemic rearing in at our faces, but just the everyday worry as well.
These are legitimate concerns, and I understand why they would worry. What I would say to encourage people to come to Atlantic County Special Services is that we are a very warm and welcoming school and community. Uh, I know, I want to say I know most of, if not all of our students by name. We have a very welcoming staff with patient and genuinely nice people who work there, who are there not just for a paycheck, because they want to make a difference in people's lives. We really care for our students. And what I've said for many years is my greatest ally in my many years of working at the school, my greatest ally has been patience. And that patience has given so many rewards. And but yeah, if I had to say anything, we're very lucky to have such a sense of family and community at our school and understanding. And we don't people don't take things personally. And if someone's having a moment, we start every day with a clean slate and a fresh start. So we encourage people to work at their pace and do it the best they can. But I
Exactly,
think that's all.
exactly. As I say, you get there you get there when you get there.
Absolutely. That's sound advice.
You get there when you get there. It's a very family oriented school building. Like we said, if you would like more information at the school, visit www.acssd.net. That's three S's. I could have said more when I was, uh, you know, without a caring school environment, who knows where your child could go? Who knows where your child's interests could perk? No one knows until you truly see and go into a school building what your child's future could look like. I went to I Before we wrap this up, I started at Atlantic County Special Services as a student in the high school, doing back when we had the technology program in my freshman and sophomore years of high school. My junior and senior years of high school, I went and took mainstream classes at ACIT. If you're looking for and if you're looking for a different environment after your child graduates from the mainstream high school, I strongly advise you to visit the school's work program. They are giving the students hands-on, one-on-one work experiences. Please, uh, if it weren't for that work program, I I don't think I would have been able to decide what I want to do with my life. And I have to thank the school's last placement working in the board office, because that finally put me on the correct path to say, okay, I see myself in a school building.
Nice.
So
Jacob, you've done such a wonderful job.
Enrique, thank you, but don't, I'm going to, whoops, I see these buttons are all over the place. How do I stop this?